Hello everyone and welcome back to PRL. I'm going to say now a little disclaimer, I am feeling quite ill tonight, so expect not as good as a commentary from last week. But we do have some news. Skeven, who was in Division 2 last week, he got an early promotion to Division 1 purely because of his raw pace. They decided to bring him up and he's in the Renault with Kidder Blue and F1 Racer. They sort of did a swap with Skeven, so now F1 Racer will be in Division 2, so I wish him all the luck in Division 2. And I wish Skeven all the luck here in Division 1. Hopefully he can pull it out the bag and get a good result on his debut. The Red Bull team of Maxi Luca and Smithy, they are both here tonight, so both Red Bulls being represented tonight. And we've got Odems as well, Lambo's teammate in the McLaren. He's making his debut tonight, rocking the number 69, which is just Odem's behaviour, that is. But anyway, hopefully he can get off to a good start to his season. And other than that, I think after Australia there were some incidents I got reviewed, and I think Mitch kept the win and McSendit did keep second, and I think Falcon got third in the end, and I think Michael got fourth, and a lot of people were expecting Mitch and Falcon to get penalties, but they didn't. So we've just got to move on from that, and hopefully the racing does improve here at Bahrain. And looking in the chat, got KLC, so hello KLC or Aaron, how you doing, man? Hope you've had a good day, and looking forward to this broadcast. It's not going to be the best from me, so I'm not going to get as hype, purely because I don't think my throat will be able to take speaking for an hour and a half straight. But everyone on their outlaps now. Who do I go on board with? No, let's go on board. Let's go on board with Max, actually. He's on an outlap. Got yellows in Sector 3 already, so let's just have a quick look. I think that might have been Neo slowing down. So let's go on board with Max, and he's on an outlap. We'll wait for him to warm up his tyres and hopefully start his first flying lap. It's actually one of the last on an outlap, so chosen a pretty bad car to go on board with. But I know Max doesn't get that much TV time, so hopefully he's happy with this. And qualifying times, expecting people to be in the 25s, especially in this league. If people are not in the 25s, then they need to. Oh my god! The Sauber there, who was that? That was McSendit there, warming up his tyres, but warming up his tyres a bit too much and catching Max. Sort of keeping him on his toes. Almost went into the back of him though. Max has started his lap. There's a car ahead of him, so he might get a tiny bit of a tow, and there's a car behind there. I think that spun. Not too sure, but Max into turn 1, keeping it nice and clean. Going on the curb, which you're allowed to do. If you don't go too far wide, then you won't get invalid, and Max, I think, has done that pretty well. Coming into the swooping right-hander. Traction can be so easy, but then so hard. Max goes very wide there, on the curb again, as he finishes Sector 1 looking quite clean, but in Sector 2 he's understeered a little bit, and he's on the curb, and that curb there on the exit of the fast right-left, that can chuck your car off track and into the wall. Yeah, Max now coming to turns 9 and 10. If you run no ABS, and I feel sorry for the people in that corner, because no doubt people are going to struggle with no ABS in the race, but I know Max runs ABS on. And we've got times coming in. So far it's Michael setting a low 26, which is expected, but Max going very wide, and again, he's almost lost the car. So Max hasn't set that Red Bull up well, and I think he's backed out, but he has. Just gone on board with his teammate Smithy, who's roughly the same part of the track. The yellow flags will be Max slowing down, and Smithy, who wasn't here last week, will want to get a good result, not just for him but for the Red Bull team as well. Looking like a much cleaner lap already than from what I saw of Max. See there, Max in the background slowing down, going to pit again. Smithy going to come around the last corner to come across the line and set a 27.8, so he went up one position. I was expecting a massive jump. And we've got Jerry in the chat, although I'm not in D1 anymore. I think I can tell you the weather for this race. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious. And I've got yellow in Sector 2, that's Kidder Blue there. So interestingly, we've got a Ferrari 1-2, and Haribo, who wasn't here last week, is now here. And I can tell you, this team here of Haribo and Michael expect some races where they just dominate, because these two drivers are very quick over one lap, and I know Michael was one of the most consistent guys I know in terms of race pace, so hopefully he can pick up a good result, and hopefully he doesn't think about last week with two Mercedes of Michemery and Falcon, who you know, you got to say, from what happened last week, they did defend pretty harshly against Michael, but hopefully now with Haribo here, they can both put up a fight to the Mercedes team. And on another note, Skeven, 5th place, 26.4, so he's separating the two Mercedes, and Smithy's out, so I don't know whether Smithy's binned it on track or not. I don't know. I don't think he has, but nonetheless, those are the first round of lap times, and so far I think Max is actually about to finish a lap. He isn't, so Max is coming into the pit, so Max not being able to set a lap. Doom as well, Spine and Cantera I think are just about to actually set a lap. He goes 3rd fastest, wow, 26.1 from the Williams driver. That's a good time from him. Let's see his teammate Doom, and he's coming into the pit, so Doom not able to set a lap, and Spine and Max being the only other two cars not to set a lap. Calic, because every time I try to sign in on the YouTube channel, it gives me like 6 different options to sign in, and I was going to get it sorted, but I just completely forgot, and obviously realised I was working all week and became ill today. This wasn't even going to be a commentary, to be fair, but thought I'd do it just to keep these guys happy, because I know these guys want and like the commentary, so hopefully they enjoy this commentary. I know it's not going to be next week, I'll promise you, but we'll get the YouTube sorted and I will be streaming it on the official PRL channel. But yeah, so first round of lap times are done, and so far it's the two Ferraris 1 and 2, so something we're used to seeing these days is a Ferrari 1-2, and Michael and Haribo proving the dominance of that red prancing horse. So with just over 10 minutes left, I mean, I don't really I think the only people who might go on a set of softs are the guys not inside the top 10, or maybe the likes of Neo, Decky, and maybe Gary, but other than that, I don't actually think no one's opting for the soft tyres. So I think everyone is opting for the super soft medium strategy, which is the quickest strategy around here, but obviously those outside the top 10 will want to go onto the softs and then pit onto the mediums about midway through the race, and then go to the end. But out on track now, we've got Michael who's about to start a lap. So let's go on board with Michael then, as he starts his second flying lap. When I come down into heavy braking at turn 1, he does run no assist, so we expect to see some lockups. You see their front right slightly locking up, not too much though. Coming out the first couple of corners, looking much more aggressive than what we saw from Max's point of view earlier. And now coming down the long straight in sector 1, coming down to swooping right hander. Again, this corner on traction is quite difficult, but if you nail it, it does feel quite nice, as Michael has done, and I think he's actually backed out with that. He has, so I think Michael might not have been improving on his original first sector, so has decided to come out of it. But Haribo there, his teammate, let's see what he can do. And this man last season, I mean, he had over one lap. This man was the quickest guy, I'd say, in the league, but he just couldn't convert it into race results, and plus absences, you know, he just wasn't really able to push on and be a contender for the title. But with him missing Australia, he's already got himself 25 points behind the current championship leader, which is Michemery. So hopefully Haribo can get some consistency, not just on the track but off it as well, and actually turn up, because on his day this man is unstoppable over one lap. I think it was actually Bahrain last season where we saw him get pole by over half a second, I think, or 4/10, and unfortunately for him he did bin in the race. So hopefully he can continue with the pace on this game, and at the moment 26 flat for your first lap. That is just incredible pace from him, but he's about to finish his lap. Looking quite tidy lap. Not pushing the car that much. He's got quite a lot of ERS left, and Max is out as well. So Max, I think, might have binned it on his lap. And Falcon goes pole with 25.9, so it's very close. But Haribo instantly hits back with 25.7. That is a great lap from the Ferrari driver. And I mean, if you're a Falcon right there, how much you feel getting pole by literally a tenth and then losing it by 2 tenths. And Odems has gone second. So I haven't really mentioned Odems that much since the start of the stream, but I mean, Odems on this day is very quick as well, and I think he's running no assist as well. So watch out for Odems this race. He's quite aggressive, overtaking and defending. So expect him to get his elbows out tonight and put on a good show. Not just for me, but everyone watching. And let's go on board with Mitch. He's actually in 7th place, so that's quite poor. I mean, 26.2 isn't a poor lap. It's just how competitive this league is. But Mitch is about to start a lap, so we'll come back to him. Decky's still in the pits. Let's see if anyone's opted for the softs. No, they haven't. So everyone opting for the super softs. As I said earlier, Lambo might have been on a lap, but decided to back out of it. Kalik is on a lap. I don't actually know. I think, well, I mean, if he's on a lap, then it'll be very hard to finish that lap with full ERS, because you can see there the blue bar on the right hand side below, where you've got all the gears and miles per hour and RPM. It's just quite low. So if he's going to finish this lap, you see he goes wide on the curb, and you can see how much it unsettles the car, and he goes wide and half spins. So he's going to want to pit again and get back out on track with another set of super softs. So other than, I think Michael was on a lap. No, he isn't. Joom actually went second, so I missed Joom going second, so I do apologise, Joom. So Joom 25.8. So now that pushes Michael down to 3rd, and with Odom's only 3,000th behind Michael. I didn't actually realise it was that close. So Odom's proving that he's got pace this game, and it's so close. I mean, from 6th to 2nd, it's about a 10th, isn't it? So I mean, it just shows you how competitive this league is. I mean, a 26 flat isn't a slow lap, but it's P8. So hopefully Skeevin can improve, but he's got to find at least 3 tenths. Excuse me. If he wants to get pole. And surprisingly, McSendit, who managed to get 2nd place last week, impressed me with his pace, down in 16th place. So we might be seeing McSendit go for an alternate strategy here and maybe put on a set of softs. I mean, if that is his genuine pace, then I'm very shocked. But everyone else has definitely stepped up this week, and again, just how competitive this league is quite shocking. And you can see Spine on the soft, so I think maybe the Sauber boys are going to plan to start on the harder tyre and go deeper into the race. Of course, safety car is on, so we could see a safety car at any point in the race. It is very rare that it comes out, but when it does, it definitely spices things up in terms of strategy and whether people can pit for another set of tyres. So we've got 3 minutes left. We've got I think the 2 Ferrari boys heading out to do their final runs. And yeah, I mean, other than that, I'm quite impressed with Joom and Cantera to be up there in the top 5, both of them. Just proves again how many consistent teams we got. Other than Odems and Neo and Skeeven, you've got the likes of Falcon and Mitch in 6th and 9th respectively, and then the 4 senior team of Gary and Rick, haven't really mentioned them all stream either. They're in 10th and 13th, so Gary actually inside the top 10 is something that I think even he wouldn't expect. But I've got a soft spot for Gary because I know, he's just an overall nice guy and knows he's not the quickest, but hopefully he can fight for points today. And it looks like he has actually got the pace today. So 26.3 again is not a slow lap by any means necessary. Just how competitive and fast some of these guys at the front are. But Yeah, Michael being the first Ferrari, going to be setting his lap. So we are going to go on board with Michael when he starts his lap. He's currently on an out lap. And Falcon is about... Is he starting a lap? I think Falcon is on a lap. So we'll stay with Falcon and maybe try and get on board with Michael as well. Falcon, little slight lock up there. Seeing more lockups on Falcon's car in the back end coming out as well than what we saw. I think Michael's car looked very planted and he looked in control of it, but Falcon, see if he looks up here, slight little lock up, not much, so he won't lose that much time. And I think Falcon is indeed on an outlap because he isn't using any ERS or losing any energy. So let's go on board with Michael then. Ferrari man coming into the first couple of corners. Again, if you get this sequence of corners right, you can gain so much time. You can see Odem's there. Again, Odem's and Michael, good, very, very good friends. Known each other for quite some time. And they're looking... Michael's looking quite quick already. But Michael not using any... that could be a glitch. It's not a glitch. So I think Michael not using that much ERS deployment on his actual lap. So maybe Michael might be going for 2 runs here to warm up the tyres. But he looks like he's definitely pushing on that set of super softs. We've got yellows in sector 2. I'm not going to change because I don't really want to go off Michael, but I mean he is using deployment as well, so maybe Michael might be doing a warm-up lap before he does his actual lap. It would be very interesting to see. Have a quick look at his sector times. So Michael is improving on his lap. Wow. So Michael is actually on for pole, I think, as it stands. And not using that much ERS as Michael, so I mean, this could be a good lap from the Ferrari driver. Is he going to challenge his teammate Haribo for pole? It does, a 27.6, so Michael goes about 1/10.5 quicker than Haribo. Falcon has retired from the session, so he couldn't improve on his time. Haribo's starting a lap, and he'll see his teammate go pole. Not really be that annoyed, but just proves how dominant this team can be when they're actually here. Odem's is starting a lap, so well, I think everyone's starting a lap now. They are. So don't count out anyone yet. I think Decky is about to start a lap as well. So again, this is where times are going to start tumbling, and we're going to see a lot of people set laps and extend it. It's actually come out on a set of super softs. So the strategy of him coming out on softs, I got it wrong. But his teammate Spine is actually on a set of softs. Let's stay with Spine then on that soft tyre. See where he can put himself amongst this grid of just exceptional and quick drivers. Kalik has retired. Someone else moved up. Rick actually moved up to 10th. Gary's in 9th. So Gary's off the track. I think Gary might have binned it, but let's quickly go back to Spine. Looking quite good at the moment is Spine, looking quite tidy as well, not getting on the curbs too much. Mitch is down to 11th, so Mitch has had an absolute mare in qualifying. Whether he got his lap invalidated or not, I don't know. It's quite hard to get invalid at Bahrain, but Spine coming around the last corner. Can he put himself amongst these guys in this? Oh, he goes 16th with a 26.6. So Spine won't be too happy with that. He would have wanted to have got inside the top 10, maybe just outside. But up the front we've got Odems, who's finished but didn't improve. Skeven I think did improve to a 25.9, but it is Michael who does take pole position. I think everyone's completed their lap, and the reigning champ Decky down in 12th, so not good. 13th should I say. Not good from the former champ, but I know he's not, his mind's not really on the game at the minute. He don't really play it, so I'm not really going to shoot at him too much, because I know once this man starts practicing and starts enjoying the game, he'll be up there with the likes of Michael Haribo and the two Williams, who have got a third and fourth, so they're going to look up the second row. So fair play to Doom and Cantera, but it is a Ferrari 1-2. It's Michael then who gets pole with his teammate Haribo in second. Williams second row lockout with Cantera just out qualifying his teammate Doom. Then we've got Odems in 5th, Falcon down in 6th place. I think Michael will be happy about that. Skeeven on his debut in 7th place, Neo in 8th, Killer Blue 9th, and Lambo around out the top 10. Then outside the top 10 we've got McSendit, Gary, Decky, Rick, McShemry to 15th place. That is terrible from the other Mercedes. Calic in 16th, Spine 17th, Smithy and Max both not setting respectful times, so they will be at the back of the grid. So hopefully they can have a masterclass in the race, who knows. But while the guys do the formation lap, I'm going to give my voice a break, and I'll be back for lights out. So we are back with the formation lap. Hello, I'm Matt, welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy the race that's about to unfold. We've got a Ferrari 1-2, a Williams 3-4. Then we've got the lone McLaren of VSR Marquez, or Odems, as many people know him by. Then we've got the lone Mercedes or Falcon down in 6th place. So, I mean, that's a disappointing result for Falcon. Then we've got the lone Renault of Skeeven in 7th, who actually said in the chat that he's going to be starting on old tyres. So hopefully Skeeven, maybe he can put off a bit of an undercut. So that might give Skeeven actually a big jump if he does get off to a clean start. And we've got Neo down in 8th. Killer Blue, Skeeven's teammate in 9th. Lambo, Odems' teammate in P10. And we've got McSendit, Gary, Decky, Rick, the other Mercedes of Mitch, all the way down in 15th place. Calic in 16th, Spine 17th. Then we've got the Banter team, which I'm going to call these guys from now on, of Smithy and Max, both in the Red Bull, both starting together, so hopefully both can get off to a good start and make up places. But all eyes on this man at the front, Michael, as Max comes to the grid. Everyone outside the top 10, as you can see, starting on soft tyres. Everyone inside the top 10 to qualify on super softs. Their tyres will be slightly warm, but I'm going to go to 5. Red lights, that is a terrible camera angle. There we go. I'm going to go to 4, 5 red lights, and it's lights out. Away we go. And I think Michael has actually got a better start than Haribo. He has. Oh, but there's carnage behind. I saw William spinning, and that's Doom. Oh, big crash. Oh no, what have I just seen? Wow. Oh my god. So, yeah, no doubt there's a safety car. My god. What was that? We've got, so right, let's go from the back. We've got McSendit with no front wing. Decky with, I think, a full front wing. So Decky actually done well to avoid all that. Doom with, I think, no front wing. Cantera with no front wing. Skeeven with no front wing. Spine with a front wing. Maxi Luca with a front wing. Smithy with a front wing. They've actually made up 6 places to have Smithy and Max, so they've done very well to avoid the carnage. Mitch in 11th. Slight damage, so he might pit. Rick with no damage. Caddick with slight damage. Lambo with slight damage. Gary with no damage. Odems, no damage. I think everyone from Killer Blue upwards hasn't got wing damage. So wow, what a start. Here, I'm surprised no one retired. I mean, absolute carnage. I don't know what happened there. I saw Williams, either Cantera or Doom, I don't really know which one it was. They sort of spun, or might have even got collected. And unfortunately for them, they took out at least half the field with them. But Gary, P7 on the softs, and with no front wing damage. So Gary's in a very good position here, as is most of the guys on the softs, but I do believe some of them have to pit because of slightly damaged front wings. Let's see. Haribo doesn't pit, Michael doesn't pit, Falcon, faked the pit stop there but didn't. Neo doesn't pit, Killer Blue doesn't, Gary doesn't, Rick doesn't, Odems has, Lambo is also the McLaren team are going to double stack. Ain't going to cost them too much time because it is a full course safety car, so all the guys will have to go at a specific speed limit. Got Caddick with a wing, Spy, so all the guys have got half the field in the pits. And we've got Max and Smithy. Now I've called them the banter team, but they've done an absolute masterclass with getting no wing damage. You can see there, barely seeing the front wing there on both Red Bulls there. So they've done an absolute masterclass. We've got Caddick, Mitch, Spine. Look at all these cars in the pit lane. Absolute carnage here at Bahrain. I haven't seen this. I've never ever seen a start like that, I must admit. It's quite crazy. I mean, I said I was ill, but I don't feel ill anymore seeing that start. I mean, some of the drivers might feel ill after being collected in it, but I mean, we've got half the field on mediums now, and most of the guys on softs. So of course it is a full course safety car. Haribo has caught up. I did actually overtake his teammate, I think. Let me have a quick. Yeah, he did. Falcon made up. So Falcon's actually in 3rd place. So Michael now must be absolutely sweating after their duel last week. But in terms of position changes, look at that. Smithy and Max make up 10 places. Definitely huge gainers here. But with it being a safety car, I mean, it could come back to bite them with some of the guys on the medium tyre. But if they try and go to the end, fair play. But I don't think they can, because this track, I mean, you're going to need to save them tyres without a shadow of a doubt. But the most important move is Haribo on his teammate Michael. That I did miss. And Falcon up into 3rd. Neo making up places in 4th. Killer Blue making up places in 5th. Gary in 6th. Now Gary is on the soft tyres, so he's actually the highest soft runner in this race. So we've got Rick, Smithy and Max all on the soft tyres, all hoping to get off to a good start, a good restart. And behind them we've got Caddick, Mitch and Spine, who have all opted for the medium tyres. Skeeven and Cantera both on the soft, so they'll definitely have to pit again. Decky and Decky's opted for the medium, so if Decky's good on his tyres, then expect Decky to go to the end. And we've got Odems 16th on the softs, Extended 17th on the softs, June on the softs, and Lambo is dead last on the softs. So while the safety car does go along at snail's pace, I'm going to take this opportunity to have a bit of a break, have a bit of a drink, and I'll be back for when the safety car comes in. Safety car coming in this lap. Haribo will have to back the field up, and with the sector 3 line being so close, you've only got this straight to really back the field up. But it's doing a good job of it, and you saw there Cantera getting a 5-second penalty for a collision with Skeven. So whether Skeven got caught up by a car ahead, I don't know, but we're going to quickly switch back to the front. I'm going to go on board with Michael and see if he can get off to... Actually, I'm going to go on board with Falcon. And it's red. Or is it red now? Yeah, it is. And there's... Okay, I thought that was yellows in sector 3 there. But look at Michael looking to go for a move on his teammate Haribo. Is Haribo going to defend it? He does defend it. And Michael looking for a bit of a switchback. They're getting very close, these Ferrari teammates, but managing to navigate turn 1, 2 and 3 quite nicely. But Haribo gun defensive. This is not what you want to see. But look at Falcon down the inside. Falcon and Michael. Wow, Falcon's made that move. I think Michael had flashbacks from Australia. And now Falcon is all over the back of Haribo. And Falcon's going to go around the outside. Falcon locks up, as does Michael. Haribo's got a bad exit. Falcon's got a much better exit. He's going to go for a move around the outside. Excuse me. No, he doesn't, and stays in second place. So a good start from Falcon. I think Michael will let him go purely because of his actions last week. But further down the field, we've got Killer Blue under attack from Gary on them softs, Rick on the softs as well, and Max actually dropping behind his teammate, which is strange to see. You'd expect Max to fight the likes of Smithy, but I don't know why that Red Bull isn't looking quite nice for Max at the minute. But behind we've got Odems making a move on Spine. Spine goes wide. That's going to allow the Williams of Cantera to go by, is it? There's just a lot of places off the start has Cantera. Look at the Toro Rosso of Kalik. He's going to get in there as well. Oh, they go side by side. Kalik goes through. Oh, good move from Kalik there. Brilliant racing from the Toro Rosso driver. But up in front we've got Falcon and Michael. Michael getting that position back, saying, "Oh, but Falcon aggressive again." Michael off the track, and Neo might actually make the move on Michael. Yes, he does. So again, Michael losing places due to Falcon's just terrible driving. I feel kind of sorry for the guy at this point, but Michael has got the pace and will surely get the move done on Neo again. Oh, Neo goes very defensive though. I don't think Michael's expecting that, and Michael is finding himself going down the order due to no fault of his own. So Michael will need to stay calm at this point. I know it's hard not to. I'm sure the people watching have been in his situation before. So just stay calm, Michael, and you'll be fine. We've got yellows in sector 2. Oh, we've got a lot of cars in the background there. We've got a Sauber, a Williams. I think that might be Lambo and Spine. We've got Williams again. So we've got McSendit going past his teammate. Spine went wide. McSendit says thank you. Doom says thank you, but there's yellows in sector 2. Max is out. Where has Max binned it? Oh! We've got Lambo in the wall. I want to see where Max binned it. Where did Max bin it? Let's go on board with Kalik quickly to see. I think Kalik's got wing damage. He has. Kalik is losing the backhand. Kalik's lost it as well. Oh, what is going on? Kalik is in the wall. Wow, wow, wow. What is this? 6 laps into this race and we've seen more carnage here than we did at Australia. But going back to Michael, he's the man on the mission. Lambo's got a 5-second stop go. Michael will want to get this move done on there, but just isn't close enough. So maybe Michael might have to think about an undercut, sorry. And Lambo has left as well, because Lambo did indeed bin it as well. Oh, but look at the Renault of Skeven all over the back end of that Mercedes of Mitch. Of course, Mitch on the slower tyre at this point, so Skeven will want to make that move stick. Matt, you missed an absolute cluster, mate. You'd want to go back to the start of the race. Half the field got collected and taken out, so you might want to watch that. But Skeven on them soft tyres, is he going to make a move on Mitch? He's gaining, he's going to go for it. No, he doesn't. Skeven thinks better of it. And Mitch on their medium tyres under immense pressure from the Renault driver of Skeven. But up at the front, Haribo 1.1 second lead at 2, Falcon in second, Neo in third, Michael down to 4th, Killer Blue 5th, and Gary actually, considering he's on them soft tyres, He's showing great pace, so if he can continue at this rate, he could be on for a decent result, as Rick and Smithy as well. So, I mean, this could be a race won by strategy, who knows, but Skeeven now on the back of Mitch. Is Mitch going to defend it, as we saw? No, he doesn't, and Skeeven goes down inside. I do apologise, I'm sort of speaking partly here, but Odens wants to go round his outside as well and does make the move stick. But up at the front, Michael's losing places. Killer Blue's through. Neos have had to defend, and Michael gets the move back from Killer Blue, and almost actually got the move done on Neo as well. But all this battling that Michael's doing, he's losing touch to his teammate and his rival Falcon. Excuse me. But Michael's not stupid. He's a clever guy, and hopefully he isn't getting too stressed. Yeah, unlucky Calic. I was on board with you when you went off track and spun the car. Better next time, man. I mean, that pile up at the beginning. Do you have any idea on what happened? Because I have zero clue on what happened. It just looked like just a massive mess. A lot of cars. I think half the grid had to pit. But moving on, we've got Michael now fighting with Neo, looking to make the move back up into third place. But I think this is the time where we could see guys pit, and Neo, the first guy to pit at the front, so Neo's going for an undercut on the guys ahead. Michael's carrying on, so Michael is one for his tyre wear, so Michael might actually try and push the supers to go to softs, and then that would be an incredible. So actually up in front we've got Rick and Gary. I think Rick might have got that move done because Gary might have let him go, but Cantera getting past Mitch, so the medium's not working for the Mercedes driver, but he could be tyre saving, he could be losing a bit of time due to him tyre saving. But Smithy down the inside, the fast right left-hander, nothing going for Smithy though, and he stays behind Gary. Good race from Smithy so far. I know his teammates are tired, but Smithy in P7 and fighting with Gary and Rick. Rick looks like he's actually getting a bit of a gap to Gary. But up at the front we've got Falcon now, Michael now catching Falcon. And as I said, this man Haribo, once he's in form and got the pace, this is what happens. 1.9 second gap. I mean, back end is a bit slidey, so that could be due to his setup. But we could see the front runners pit now to fend off the undercut at Neo. He's down in 16th place, so Neo looking to get an undercut. Haribo carries on. Falcon pits. Michael does pit as well. So Michael closing right up under the braking into the pits. Now releases Smithy and Gary and Co, who are all fighting, and Smithy up into third place. Goes for a move. Thank you. And look at Skeeven going to go down the inside with the fellow Irishman and Gary. Gary's off the track. A lot of respect shown between the two Irish boys, and Skeeven now slivers his way through up into P4. And I mean, good racing so far from these guys. Enjoyed the first 9 laps of this race, although half of it was under safety car, but nonetheless, hopefully I see some other footage of that start, because that start was mad. I still can't believe that actually happened off the start. But Killer Blue under attack now from Neo's making that move as we speak. And look at Michael's actually got an overcut on Neo, so Neo not making them tyres up. Look at Michael's all over the place. Oh, Michael got on that curb. I've got on board with Neo, but Michael going to keep the position. But all this fighting is allowing. Falcon's got more of an overcut, so I don't know what's happened here. But Falcon's got a 2-second advantage to Michael. Michael's under threat from Neo right now, but I think Michael will keep the position. Yes, he will. So when will Haribo pit? That's the main thing. Haribo is coming to the pits now. So this is important now for Haribo. He needs to get out ahead of Falcon. Haribo's dropping position, but look at Skeeven going for a move on Smithy. This man has pace, and he's shown it tonight. Skeeven down the inside, gets the move done, but Smithy, big hit but no damage to Smithy. Looking for like a switchback move, but I think Skeever might just close the door and defended that pretty well. But luckily for Smithy, no wing damage. But we're seeing Haribo now come out of the pits. Is he ahead? Or it's going to be close. Falcon. Oh, they're getting close. Yes, they are. Falcon round the outside. Falcon's forced off. Falcon is still down. Haribo's inside. This is going to be close. Falcon locks up. Goes a bit wide. Falcon takes the lead of the race. Net lead of net lead of the race. I do apologise. So Haribo, he's got the pace. We all know he has, and that should help him regain the place on Falcon when them medium tyres are warm up. But up at the front, we've got the soft runners now leading the race. They haven't pitted yet. They're going to go much later on into the race, and hopefully they can get involved with this battle, really, because it would be nice to see 5, 6, even 7 cars going for the win. But yeah, up at the front, Rick 2.2 second advantage to Skeeven, who's had to do all that battling past cars. And them softs are actually, I think they're new. So I think Skeeven pitted on safety car, but behind we've got Gary and Smithy. Gary ran the outside, Smithy defends the inside. Gary going for a bit of a switchback. Can he make the move stick? No, we can't. Smithy defending that move well from the Force India driver, and behind them we've got Odems keeping a watching brief for any mistakes that do occur. And we've got Decky now. I mean, he's up into P8, so Decky's had a good restart. I think he was in 13th, but I think with all the pit stops he's managed to find himself up into... Oh, Odems is off! Odems is off! Odems might have lost it through the fast left-right, or right-left, sorry. But Odems has binned it, and no, wait. No, I mean, this is what I'm seeing on my screen. I dread to think what Mitch is seeing on his screen, let alone what Odems is seeing. Man, this is terrible from Odems. I know it's not his fault, but it's one thing with race move people from America on this game. It's just a connection that just has to stretch to the UK, and unfortunately for Odems, Mitch taking avoidant action. You can see down the back straight, not really getting in behind Odems, purely because of that front wing, not front wing, because of that lag, sorry. But up in front we've got Gary and Smithy going at it again. Gary down the inside, Smithy can't really defend it too much. Smithy, is he going to go for a dive down the inside? No, he doesn't. Stays behind Gary. A good move from Gary. But can Smithy get him back under traction? No, he can't. And Odems is actually catching these guys, so I will say that everyone who is near Odems will need to be careful. But Odems is going for a dive bomb. Wow, what a move by Odems. Now he's running no OBS as well. And Smithy now has to be careful, not just because of Odems, but because of his lag as well. We saw just a lap ago, said he binned it, but he didn't. And we've got Joom sitting at 129.7. Excuse me. But he's far behind the fight for the lead. But up in front it's still Falcon, who is still in the lead. But look at this, Haribo all over his back end. We've got Michael as well catching, and Neo. So we could have a 4-way fight for the lead. And all this battling is helping the guys on the soft tyres get a bit of a much needed overcut. But Haribo down inside of Falcon. Falcon, I think, gave him the space. Falcon goes wide, and Haribo re-inherits the lead, with Michael again keeping a watching brief for any mistakes. But now he can go after his rival Falcon. Again, these two used to be good mates, so I mean their friendship has obviously collapsed. And I mean, not really what you want to see from two former friends, well, best friends I'd say. They were pretty close at one point. And fortunately for them, they find themselves fighting and as rivals now. But Rick has decided to pit. Let's see how far he comes out behind the current and net race leader. Let's go on board with Michael, actually see where he comes out. Rick's exiting the pits. Wow, Rick might get out in front here. Oh, it's going to be close. Falcon and Haribo. Falcon down the inside on the grass a little bit. Wow, Falcon down the inside, re-inherits the lead, and now it's bringing Michael back into play. Rick is down into net P4. after all that. So if these guys keep battling and the guys in the soft stay out, then this could be a fantastic ending to the race. But look at this, we have a 6-way fight for the lead so far, with even Killer Blues involved. So I mean, man, this is what you want to see. This is what the front four, so close on track. Let's go on board with Neo. Actually, go on board with Michael. They're starting to drop me a little bit, so if the guys on the soft tyres can hear the stream or know what's going on, stay out, don't pit, keep doing what you're doing. There's no need to pit yet, lads, no need to pit. But going back to the front, we've got Killer Blue on Rick on them cold medium tyres, so he's just put them on. And if you were Michael now, would you be saying to Haribo to let him go, or would you want Haribo to attack? But I must say that Ferrari of Haribo looking quite slippy, has to be said. But Gary now into the pits, he'll come out further behind this battle. But Haribo going to go for round 2 on Falcon. Michael as well, going to go on board with Michael for this. See what he sees on his screen. Haribo around the outside, Michael late braking, oh, made it 3 wide, oh my god, if Michael makes that stick. All the 2 Ferraris touch. And Falcon does manage to scrape away. I think Michael didn't know that them guys were going to break that early for turn 1, and Michael just went for an absolute dive bomb. Almost made it stick, to be fair to him, but I mean, Michael will be breathing a sigh of relief that he didn't ruin his teammates and Falcon's race. But that has now meant that Falcon has managed to build up a second lead. But Haribo quickly getting back up in DRS. So I mean, Haribo is on the ball today in terms of 1 lap pace and just raw race pace. But I mean, the guys at the front still not pitting, so this is good for them. This is what they need to do. I mean, now that the field's spread out a little bit, I'd say maybe pit now. But I mean, Haribo already 4 tenths, Michael 5 tenths, so these guys are still battling quite hard. And Skeven carries on. Quintero is catching Skeven, both on the same lap. Old tyre, so Quintero just slightly quicker. Odom decides to pit. Quintero is going to go from him. No, he doesn't. Thinks better of it. Skeven keeps the net lead of this race. Decky 13 laps on their medium tyres. If he goes to the end from here, I'll be extremely surprised. Spying in P5 again, someone, if he goes to the end, I'll be very surprised. Adams exits the pits behind the battle, but look at Haribo round the outside. Go on board with Michael again, see what he can see. Haribo defends inside and forces Haribo off the track. That is not what you want to see, but Haribo forcing him off again. Haribo spun, Michael avoids it. And now one of the... I mean, Michael did well to avoid that, to be fair. But Falcon's terrible driving again. Pushing Haribo off the track. Haribo clearly frustrated, which is fair enough. And now it's down to Michael to overtake the Mercedes driver of a Falcon. And from what we've seen so far, anyone who doesn't move on Falcon, they end up in the wall. We'll be back in a minute. I do apologise, I was busy, and Skeven has pitted, so I haven't really missed much, but up at the front in the fight for the lead, so I sort of pitted out here, and Skeven coming out on another set of soft tyres, so this is actually good for Skeven. He's actually going to come out near the leaders as well, so Skeven could be on course for the win here. Look where he's come out with the Force India. Where is he? There he is, with Rick. So Skeven not far behind. I think Skeven could actually win this race. Skeven gets his move done on Rick, he could be in contention for the race win here. He's going to go down, straight down the inside. Rick not really giving Skeven much space. And I think Skeven in the end getting the move done, and I think Rick realised they didn't leave enough space. But look at this, a battle for the lead, 4 attempts. But I mean, we've got to think about the guys at the front. If they go to the end, then it's looking very good for them. And can't forget about Quintero as well, who's right behind Skeven. So maybe Quintero's going to take them softs far enough to put on a set of supers. So that could be pretty interesting. But up at the front, Michael and Falcon, 3/10 a gap. This could get very, very interesting. Falcon goes on the curb. Michael keeping the car nice and composed. But behind them got Neo with a solid drive so far in P7, technically P3. Quintero does pit. Skeven, who could win this race on them set of softs, which is quite interesting, and why hasn't anyone else done that? But you can just see how close the front three are. Skeven catching these guys bit by bit, but up at the front got Michael and Falcon. Michael, ERS, DRS and Slipstream being a huge factor here. Is Michael going to go down the inside? Yes, he does. But oh, Falcon under, wow, moved more than once there. So that is not what you want to see. And Falcon keeps that place due to poor driving again from the Mercedes driver. I mean, Falcon, he's a bit temperamental anyway, is Falcon. So I don't know why he's driving like this. It's not only putting his own race at risk, but his Michael's as well. But Skeven as well. I mean, he's just bringing Skeven into play more and more. And Rick not far off the lead either. So I mean, we've got 4, 5, even 6 cars that could possibly win this race. And Quintero, although he pitted a lap later than Skeven, he's lost a lot of time to the Renault driver. And Skeven looking at the quicker driver out of these 3 cars due to the softer compound, of course. So Skeven will be licking his lips at this point. He knows he's got the pace, he knows he's on the quicker tyre, he knows he can get this tyre to the end of the race, but can he convert that into a race win? You'll find out in the next 12 laps as Neo goes wide. I think Neo's feeling more pressure than Falcon, as Michael sets up Falcon for another attempt of a pass. Decky decides to pit, so Decky can't take the mediums all the way, so he'll go on to a set of maybe softs or super softs. So it will be a set of softs. Michael and Falcon, will Falcon do a double switch? He's made the one move. Michael round the outside, has gone board with Falcon. Oh, Michael went deep though. That was Michael's chance. Falcon, to be fair to him, did brake earlier, and Michael cooked up the brakes. And now look at Skeven right behind Neo. The yellow's in sector 1. Skeven down the inside. Yes, he does. Neo can't really do much right, but on traction, Michael, Falcon pushing Michael off track again. Haribo had decided to retire. Skeven down the inside. Neo goes on the curb. Michael's off the track again. Skeven down the inside again. This has been a very scrappy race now between Michael and Falcon again. It's not what you want to see from 2 guys who could potentially fight for the title this season. But Skeven now with the DRS and ERS, can he get past Neo? He needs to get past Neo to have any chance at the race win. It's been a good showing from Skeven, debut as well in PRL Division 1. So he's going to be looking for a move, but behind him, Rick still keeping with Skeven. So whether Skeven not really pushing that much, I don't think he needs to be fair. He's going to start pushing when them tyres drop off, and Mitch has decided to pit as well. So Mitch is actually going to rejoin, maybe down in P10 once these guys come past. But up at the front, we've got Michael again going for another move on Falcon. Let's just hope he can make it stick this time. Skeven not close enough. Look at this, Falcon right up against the wall, not letting Michael pass. Michael round the outside. Michael defends inside. Falcon have to go round the outside. Can't get the move done. Michael takes the lead. Can't say it's not deserved from what he's had to encounter. But now Skeven's lost the place to Rick. So Skeven on them soft tyres is going to be losing places. But look at Odem's going to go round the outside with Skeven. This is going to end in a crash. I'm telling you now, this is going to end in a crash. 2 Irish boys going at it. Odem's right behind Skeven. Rick losing the back end a little bit. Skeven down the inside. No, sorry, Odem's down the inside of Skeven. And now Skeven's lost another place. So them soft tyres are not working for Skeven at the minute. But oh, Skeven goes a bit deep. Pushes Odem's wide. And yeah, he's let him keep the position. But he's lost the place to Gary now. So it was good fair racing from Skeven to let Odem's back by, because I think Skeven's actually got wing damage. He has, so I think Skeven now letting everyone go. because you don't really want to ruin any other people's races, which is just a fair, clean, level-headed racer, to be fair. I think anyone else in that situation would do the exact same thing. So Skeven will pit again to fix that wing, but up at the front, Michael on Falcon again. This time Falcon, the guy making the move. What will Michael do? Will he defend the inside? Michael goes very late. Falcon down the inside of Michael. Wow, Falcon not really giving much space to Michael, but Michael's still there on the outside. No, he isn't. I think Michael decided to back out of that. My opinion on Falcon, Haribo, you'll see it in the stream. I don't like his racing, his racecraft. I think it's quite shocking, to be honest. And you'll see that. I mean, you should have heard my opinion at Australia, but nonetheless, we've got to carry on. You was very unlucky, man. Listen, your pace was, as always, just incredible. And I feel for anyone who has to try and fight Falcon. Yeah, I mean, it is terrible racing. I can't, I can't not understand your opinion. I mean, I'd be the same. But you just got to carry on. Michael going for a move on Falcon. No, he doesn't. Stays behind a erratic Mercedes driver, you have to say, from what we've seen this race. But this battling is allowed. This is a 6, 7, 8 car trainer. Cantera now. You've got to feel it's in contention for the win on them soft tyres. Michael had wing. Right, okay. So what, has Michael got wing damage now, or Michael down the inside? Falcon not giving space. Actually gave space that time. Excuse me. But fortunately for Michael, he's got that inside line. So Michael playing it very smartly. But look at this, Neo. Oh, Falcon, Neo on the grass. Oh my God, Neo had to back out of that. Falcon down the inside. Michael is still there. Falcon actually gave space that time. Odem's now up into 4th. Neo down into 5th. So again, Falcon not really racing to what, the pace is there over 1 lap. But when it comes to virtual racing, I think we could be seeing maybe Falcon get kicked, or maybe even get a really harsh penalty. But I mean, if Michael has got wing damage, then fair play to Michael. But Odem's making the move on Rick, and now Odem's wants to get into this battle. He wants to win this race. He's on 6 lap fresher mediums. But look, the Force India's got wing damage as Neo goes down the inside. So Rick has got wing damage. I think Rick might be letting his teammate by. Cantera, it's going to be 3 wide. This is going to end in tears. Cantera, Gary and Rick. Oh, Cantera spun. The Renault's there as well. Mitch avoids it. And Mitch up into 6th place now. So we've got the other Mercedes driver with Mitch, who again at Australia showed some interesting tactics, like his teammate Falcon has been doing tonight in terms of wheel-to-wheel racing. But Odems wants to get inside this battle, and if Michael, I mean, it is shocking, but I mean, it does make the race interesting. But if Michael wants to go for this move now, it has to be late on the brakes. Is he going to go for it? He does go later on the brakes, but I can't get a move done on Falcon. But Michael getting a much better exit there than Falcon. But Michael can't really get by. Odem's again keeping a watching brief, waiting for a mistake. But look at this. Oh, Michael, I thought he was going to go down the inside there, but no, he doesn't. Skeven sets fast that with 28.4. And Michael, where's Falcon? Falcon's off the track. Wow. Okay, well, what was that then? Falcon has got a time penalty, so Haribo, if you can tell Michael that would be great. But Michael round the outside into turn 9 and 10. Oh my God. Again, Falcon not really leaving much space. And now look at Odems is there as well now. Wow, again. Wow. Oh, this is going to end in tears. This is 3 wide. Michael gives up the place. 3 wide again. Michael and Odems. Michael. Oh, wow. Oh my God, Cantera's in the wall as well. Oh, he's come back on track. Smithy too. Oh. Virtual safety car has been called out again. Dirty tactics. I'm as a commentator, I mean, I'm not meant to have an opinion on this. I need to stay sort of 50-50, but I can't. Falcon. Dirty tactics. Filthy. Just I can't believe this. I mean, I don't really want to spectate on racing like that. I'm not going to lie. Falcon went off the track, came back on the track, weaved to, well, not weaved, but forced his car to the inside. Man, this is not what you want to see. This is not what you want to see. I'm quite... I mean... I don't know what to say. I mean, Mitch is in a good position to win this race. And he's going to go down the inside of Gary. Quite late move again. So the two Mercedes drivers again not really showing great racecraft, which is, you know, not shocking at all. And now Neo has to try and get past Falcon. I mean, I think Falcon is going to let Neo past. Why is he doing that then? That's weird. We've got yellows in sector 1, but we've got Mitch going past Gary again. Yeah, I mean, you just don't want to commentate on it. You know, I feel like, you know, as a commentator, you can have faith in the driving, but when you, I mean, from what I've seen today, man, you got to feel for Michael and yourself, Haribo. You know, you both are very quick drivers. Now Michael down in 9th place, Odem's in 7th, but is carrying on. But I think he is actually carrying on. So Odem's with wing damage, is carrying on in this race. But up at the front we've got Mitch and is that Decky? No, Decky's catching though. But Mitch does make the move on Gary once again, and Falcon did get back past Neo, but of course Falcon has got a time penalty, so if anyone can tell Neo that he's got a time penalty, please. But Mitch is in a very good position to win this race, although I mean Mitch hasn't done too bad this race, so I've got to give him credit where credit's due. He's done fantastically well to avoid all the carnage. But yeah, I mean Mitch has done well. Given what happened in Australia, I'm willing to give Mitch a clean slate. So I know Mitch isn't a dirty driver for I know Mitch isn't a bad driver in terms of wheel-to-wheel racing, but Falcon on the other hand, I've known him for quite some time, and his moves are pretty audacious. But Mitch going for a move down inside of Neo. Neo not really fighting much on them soft tyres, and Joom is out of the race as well. So where's Joom binned it? Joom has where's Joom binned it? Let's have a go on board with Lambo to see. Still can't see anything. So, I'm going to go back up to the front as Neo. Wow, look at Neo. Neo takes the lead of the race, but Mitch is not going to let that happen. Dives down the inside, not really giving much respect again. Look at Falcon, he's looking to, he smells blood, he's off the track. Again, it's Falcon, but Falcon's still down the inside. Not really giving Neo much space again, so Falcon's racecraft is, you know, as a commentator, he's been absolutely terrible. You know, fair play to Mitch. Mitch is now in the lead, so Mitch is on course to win this race. So fair play to Mitch. He's done everything well. But I mean, what Falcon's racecraft, man, get him gone. I mean, I can't be asked to commentate on this, let alone watch this. You know, this is meant to be Division 1, and you know, Falcon is not racing like a Division 1 driver. But I mean, look at Decky, 5th place on them soft tyres. Decky has got pace. This is someone I can go on board with. So Decky in 5th place. Is he going to make the move on Gary? I think he is. Yes, he does. Oh, brakes away late, and Gary is up in. Well, Gary in 4th place actually. I didn't actually realise that Gary was so far up the grid. But look at him extend it now. I haven't really mentioned him extend it all race long. He's going for a move on Decky, but extend it. Then Rears almost lost it there, but Decky surely this is the move now. Gary defends inside. Decky surely around the outside. Look at him extend it. This is going to be 3 wide. Yes, it is. Who's gonna be Supreme on the brakes? Oh, I'm extend it. And Gary going at it, but look at Decky. Decky off the track, hitting gravel. And if they carry on battling like this, then Falcon will keep third place, but Gary's still there. Extend it, be careful, man. And look at Decky. Decky goes past Gary as well. So Extend it and Decky out of nowhere, 4th and 5th. And if they can stay within 3 seconds, one of these guys will be fine. This is basically the battle for the podium. Oh, but Decky braking very later than Extend it. But Extend it on them medium tyres. I thought it was on softs, but it's actually on mediums, old mediums. So Decky has got a pace advantage at this point. And Falcon behind Neo now, and Mitch is going to take the win. Yeah, I agree, MK. Yeah, I mean, that was pre-season. This is the actual race. So I mean, something needs to happen, because you can't expect racing like this. But Falcon, I'm going to stay on board with Falcon to make sure he doesn't take Neo out as well. And Falcon down the inside. I think Neo must know he's got a time penalty. Falcon goes back across though on Neo. And Decky on McSend it down the inside. Decky will have to hold it round the outside. Yes, he does. And Decky up into 4th place. So net P3 for Decky. Skeven has left the session up. Well, I mean, I don't really blame him. And I'm not even going to see. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, well, it's sad to see, Haribo. You are a quick driver, mate. Let's just hope something happens with Falcon, because that race, you just can't expect racing like that. But Rick and Killer Blue going at it. Decky's on for P3. Oh no, he ain't. Wait, where's Falcon? Yeah, he's still on for P3. Sorry. What has happened? Falcon happened, Kalik. As a commentator, I know I'm not meant to voice my opinion, but I can't keep it in anymore. I'm sorry. You know, if this is going to happen every week, then what's the point of commentating? You might as well just call it Demolition Derby. And Odems makes a move and Extend it. And Odems has actually got wing damage, and I know Extend it and Odems are very good friends as well. Falcon being dirty. Yeah, Kalik, you guessed right, mate. But I mean, so far, I mean, Decky is on course for a podium finish here in PRL. I think it'll be one of his. I mean, Decky driver of the day, maybe. Who knows? Or Mitch even. Well, I mean, you've got to be at this point in Haribo. You don't want to see, you know, someone as quick as Falcon is quick. There's no doubt about that. This guy does have pace. I'm not saying he doesn't, because he does, but his racecraft is genuinely the worst I've seen. And I've raced with mostly well, I say mostly everyone, but a lot of people on the PS4 side of F1. And I can safely say his is one of the worst I've come across, quite frankly. And how we're still in this league is just an outright joke. But well, I mean, all this talking, we've got Odems, Decky and Neo. So Odems with wing damage, I think. I can't really tell if he's got wing damage. I think he has. It's better commentary. so me basically fucking firing at Falcon. Oh, Neo's lost it. Oh, there's Decky. What's happened there? Oh, wow. What has happened there? Has Decky got wing damage is the main question. I don't think he has. I think it was only a light tap to Neo, but Neo down in 8th place now as we start the last lap. Decky needs to get within a 10th of Falcon. He's in the podium position already, but McStend it is right there. I mean, if Decky can keep this place, then you've got to feel that it's only a matter of time before they get within the 3-second bracket, but Decky's still there. McStend it, this is what racing is. I think if Falcon watched this battle between Decky and McStend it, you'd realise how to race. Giving each other space, no dirty racing at all. And Decky, all Decky needs to do is gain half a second on Falcon. He should do that, given Falcon's medium's 20 laps old. I'm actually quite surprised that Falcon hasn't got a punch yet. But it is going to be this man Mitch who does take the win. A fantastic race for him, avoiding all the carnage and taking the 25 points. And Dehi's now within that 3-second bracket. So I mean, now all eyes on Extend-It. If he can get within half a second. But yeah, so Mitch Emery's going to take the win. So a fantastic performance from Mitch Emery. He's going to take 25 points. So fair play to him. Falcon will come home in 3rd, or maybe even 4th actually. Odem's making a move on Gary into the last corner. This is going to get hairy between these two. Odem's forcing Gary off the track again. Odem's getting his elbows out. Falcon finishes 3rd. Odem's finishes in 5th. Gary 6th. Spy in 7th. Michael comes home in 8th. Again, you know, just not his fault this race. Rick will finish in 9th, and Killer Blue in 10th, and Neo and Lambo's disconnected car will finish 11th and 12th. So hopefully things change for next race. Respect is a big word here. It's not being that's true. It's all about respect and having half a brain cell, and you know when to not go for a move and when to give a car space and when to realise that there's a car still there. So hopefully things change, man. I mean, you know, the owners or whoever deals with this, the stewards at PRL, see this type of racing. But Mitch does take the win, so congratulations to him. Fantastic race from him. I think he's 15th to 1st. So I think that Mitch will definitely be my. But then again, Decky got 2nd, man, and you sort of expect me. You know, I'll give it to Decky. I will give driver of the day to Decky. I know what happened with Neo, but hopefully that all gets resolved. But Decky is my driver of the day. So that's been a very, very chaotic Bahrain Grand Prix. And to answer your question, Kalik, Falcon took more than just Haribo out. But yeah, that'll be it for Bahrain. So Mitch, Decky and Falcon on the podium. Extend-It 4th. Odem's in 5th. Gary with a very respectful 6th place. Spy in 7th. Michael again being quite literally fisted by other people's racecraft in 8th place. Rick in 9th. Killer Blue in 10th. And Neo, Lambo, Doom, Skeven, Smithy, Cantera, Haribo, Max and Kalik all without points. So yeah, that's been it. Join me next week for China, which will be on the PRL channel. So yeah, I'll see you guys then. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.